Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dancer, professional dance choreographer, and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States, and we're going to be taking a look at some elimination battles from the first season of Street Woman Fighter. For this excerpt, we're going to be taking a look at RIHEY versus cocoanbutter. This is the first set of elimination battles, and this is just one of the many battles we will be seeing. I know that cocoanbutter took a clean victory of all 3 rounds, so as we kind of take a look, I'm gonna kind of maybe tailor my feedback as to why maybe they did pull out the win, but also I'm gonna try to stay as objective as possible in the whole process too. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Ready?
Ready. Ready. Okay, it's cocoanbutter, right? RIHEY versus RIHEY's NOZE. NOZE. I like her top a lot. Okay. This was from Show Me the Money, right? This was Nafla. That's what this sounds like. Hey. Yep. Okay, with the K. I see you.
3, 2, 1.
That was good.
NOZE.
Pretty good. NOZE. Such a different vibe. Taking more of a breaking approach, possibly. Oh, so changed up right as she was getting locked in. Okay. You can tell she's really not. Come on, camera, move out so I can see what she's doing. I really feel like she's keeping most of it in her chest, which could operate as a disadvantage for her. She didn't really expand outside of this area of her body. Now they're gonna dance together. Oh, it's fun. Now they're dancing together. Here we go. It's interesting that they're taking similar choices and how they're turning, transitioning. Okay. But you just kind of notice they're hitting the same kind of, not thrust, but this pull and push of their group.
2, 1.
Okay. Alright, like I said, I already know that cocoanbutter took all 3 rounds. So kind of tailoring back to the top, seeing with RIHEY, I do know that is how her name is. How she starts. She does set it up well. She sets up where she's gonna be dancing. Okay, she is approaching it with more, trying to make choices, traveling through her movements. She wants to make her transitions make sense, just like her key moment she wants to have. So I do like her dynamics or her usage of her chest. That was really nice. She's kind of just doing more of top rock, setting it up. But do I think that some of her grooves are on the simpler side? Yes, but for this elimination, who the crew is against, I feel like they are operating in some form of equality. They're not up against a crew like Wolflo, right? Who are known as battlers. So they're kind of operating similarly, kind of pick and choose who you battle, right? And I think that, they do have, I think they're very fortunate that the crew that they're against for elimination is a crew like RIHEY, who they're not freestylers. They don't battle, or if they do, they don't really showcase or really battle nearly as often as their toolkit for choreography. So I know that too. So you notice that she's really trying to hit different parts of the music, and I think that's what really kind of set hers apart in comparison to NOZE. Even there, she was building up. She had a group, but she was using her hands to help us as an audience focus on what she wanted us to focus on as she built it up. You know, so are her grooves repetitive? Yes, and it's okay if you do repeat grooves, but you want to make your grooves at least interesting, or not something that's tailors on the basic to intermediate grooves that you learn for a style. You want them to be more intermediate, advanced polyrhythmic grooves. Those are more fun to do over and over again in comparison to these, or they just appear more visually fun because there's more to look at, there's more to digest. So it's okay if you repeat because it gives me time to process what you're doing, right? So as they hit and the kicks, that was nice, little boom boom, that was nice. And her form too was great. Brought it around with a waving in. So I see some of her choices. Were they the cleanest? No, but do you think that she needed it to be the cleanest? I don't quite think they had to be clean to get the true victory in this. She did vary it up enough for this battle. She got fortunate with how NOZE chose to approach her track. When you hear this beginning, you can probably approach it with more of a breaking, because like, look, she's trying to do top rocks, but then look how it changes. It changes to more like an old, like a 90s, 2000s hip hop rock and bounce. So when you notice, just take a notice here of NOZE. She's really focusing most of her energy in her chest. And that is kind of her downfall in her entire set, because she limits most of her energy to her chest. She doesn't really speed change it that much, diversify it, engage in her dynamics as much. It feels like she's trying to pull out all the stops, but there's no stopping. So I can't digest any of these stops or any of these choices that she's making. And I think that's her biggest note. I like her usage of her feet. Bad on the cameraman to zoom in on her feet when it's supposed to be a full cam. Let me see the full cam. You know, just notice she is repeating a lot. If she slowed down, allowed the music to come whenever it was ready, whenever she was ready to be in it, it kind of felt like she felt rushed into it. Right? I don't care about her feet by themselves. It's not a house. I want to see the whole body. Okay. Whenever you're here, boom, 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 boom. I like some of her choices. I just feel like it's just an ongoing run-on sentence. The language that she's trying to speak, her communication of her movement, it really feels like we're not quite getting what she's saying. You know, there's no sentences that she's making, except for really that tail end there when she kind of slowed down and chilled out. It was really the most digestible thing she did that whole set. Not saying that her quality of movement is bad, no. I just think that it needed to be more refined to what we're actually competing, right? And so in a freestyle, that is a skill set that does take time to cultivate. It's something that's going to be a lifelong journey for myself. So I really resonate and empathize with these girls immensely, especially if I make note of one facet that they may be struggling in here. Good chance I personally experience it, which is why I'm able to pinpoint it a little bit easier. But I know why they probably picked RIHEY out of the two. Because when you look, she was bringing different things to the table, both in her set and when they're dancing at the same time. And I think that was something that NOZE really could have worked better to accomplish for her set. You know, I like how RIHEY, she just was like, hey, come on, let's go. She's utilizing her stage, which is helpful, but no, look, even NOZE is still, you know, chilling here with the chest, not really dropping to the floor at all, not doing anything outside of just this kind of thing, moving around, stepping and moving and reacting, and not really figuring out and transferring the energy elsewhere outside of her chest, you know. So that's just my big note for that. I feel like if anything, RIHEY she's really trying to establish her grooves, doing them as clear as she can, but as aggressively large as she can to match her energy and her music. Yeah, but at the tail end, I think what we saw from NOZE was a little bit better. But yeah, so those would be my overall notes for this. It is unfortunate that crews are eliminated in the show. It is nice to see all of them and all the challenges, and then we pick a winner. But, you know, these show must go on, right? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I was helpful in some way. Elimination battles, you're really able to see more of an elevation of growth from all the dancers that you end up watching, which is really good. And I always love seeing them. I do hate the circumstance, but I do love the opportunity to see these crews in a different context outside of just regular battles or from the other challenges and missions. But yeah, thank you guys again for watching, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.